皆さんこんにちは、あいです。今年のゴールデンウィークは前倒しでお休みをいただき、友人と一緒に11泊13日のスケジュールでフロリダにあるウォルトディズニーワールドに初めて行ってきました。今回の動画は4つのパークのうちの1つであるハリウッドスタジオに絞った動画をお届けします。実はこの旅行の中でハリウッドスタジオには全部で3回も行ったんです。最初は丸1日、2回目は朝から昼まで、そして3回目は春だけ。ハリウッドスタジオは映画エンターテインメントをテーマとしたパークで、スターウォーズやトイストーリー、インディ・ジョーンズやリトルマーメイドなど、大人も子供も楽しめるアトラクションやショーが揃っています。動画の最後には個人的にこれだけは外せないというまとめもあるので、ぜひ最後までご覧いただけると嬉しいです。ではではスタート。おはようございます。グーフィーです。今日はこの子はグーフィーとグーフィーのバッグです。で、私はアナキンの T シャツと、彼もジャバザハ T シャツで、ここがスターウォーズ合わせで、ここはこれが一緒。ハリウッドスタジオに行ってきます。
Buzz, Jesse, Slinky, Rex, Sarge, and everyone else in the backyard. So, come on in and have some fun.
Wait, toys right this way.
めちゃめちゃ並んでる。
BB8. At the ready room for recruits.
Recruits, thank you for joining the cause. A covert resistance team led by my friend Finn. Deck is in motion. Recruits crossing to transport.
More ships launch. We lost one side. Bring down your shields and prepare to be boarded. Immediately means now. Get out. Let's go. The resistance prisoners. You have what I want. Down!
は
to be afraid of. Yeah, just kidding. A brand new flight crew. Good luck to you all. You might need it. Multiple hull ruptures. Well, it could be worse. Lights are up. Whoa! Looks like we're ready to unload.
夢を作る工場、ウィントナクション。かわいい。
Okay, the coast is clear. The coast is clear. We can get back to partying. サラダにありつけたので大量サラダ。あ、チキンヌードルの美味しさ。に にめっちゃ広いね、このステージ。
What do you think you want to do when you grow up? What would be the
Can I borrow Indy for a moment, please?
Yes, you can.
Bird, hang on.
めっちゃ雨が降りそう。やばいやばい。怪しさが満点です。みんな雨待ち。雨宿り。
How do I look?
Harry?
Daddy, I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's it's and what's it's galore.
Around you, what car is you looking for? Another that's looking. Ariel, tell me, what did I see? You little stuff get touching around here. I gotta see.
The Twilight Zone. Hollywood, 1939. Amid the glitz and the glitter of a bustling young movie town at the height of its golden age, the Hollywood Tower Hotel was a star in its own right, a beacon for the show business elite. Now, something is about to happen. The time is now, on an evening very much like the one we have just witnessed.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the elevator at all.
Here goes the baker with his tray like always. The same old bread and rolls to sell. Every morning just... They can sing, they can dance. After all, now this is France. And the dinner here is never second best. Go on and
But the band is unprepared. No one's gloomy. Then we'll sing you off to sleep as you digest. Tonight.
オレンジ。確かにオレンジの色天然じゃなさそうな色してるね。
練り消しの色して
Oh, for the days when only one could reflect. So what you see is what you get.
Scared you won't even think we'll unclean the shop. Yes.
Why, hello there. Captain Hawk at your service. There isn't a one who won't have fun working for Captain Hawk, the world's most famous clerk.
Bite my pen.
I'm a man to let me in or out. Which is it?
Okay, kindly let him
ね、ランナウェイレールウェイのミキミニ。ギラギラマレフィセント。やばい。あ、本当だ。かわいいお花柄のダース・ベイダー。いくら？$30ぐらい。こっちの方が可愛い。このプレートめっちゃ可愛い。天竜みたいな。確かに。マグカップはだいたいここで見たのが全部かもしれない。これかわいい。スタバで卵。私の好み的にはこっち。こっちも普通にかわいい。いろいろ乗ってるし。象徴的なやつはね。 マジで声が出なくなってしまった。喉がやられました。初日なのに。すごい。パッケージの人はこっちに行きます。ファンタズミックファン。戻す。今日のコーディネートチェック。今日はアリエルコーディネートです。何これ？はあ。
Okay, folks, ham here.
Never mind. Yeehaw! It's rodeo time.
Well done.
It is now my honor to introduce to you the Aaron.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing out your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Huh?